I've been asked to do a video on one-sided relationships, but I just couldn't do it. The reason why was because I feel that looking at a relationship like it is a one-sided relationship brings with it a whole bunch of fallacies and assumptions that tamper or ruin or dampen the relationship itself. For example, can one-sided relationships exist? The answer is, well, yes and no. The answer is yes, because from a certain perspective, you could see that you are trying to give that person all you are, and they are not giving back to you. But is it the role of the other partner? Is it their job to give to you? It's not their job. It's their privilege. It's their honor. It might be in their nature to give. But it's not their job to give to you. When I say no, that one-sided relationships don't exist, because there are no sides to relationships. It's not you versus them. It's not input versus output. It's not, can I give and give and give and give and give and give and give, and maybe they'll give back. It's none of that. It's two people deciding to be together. And it's two people deciding to be together consistently over and over and over again. I've often described sex as a conversation between bodies. That it's two bodies trying to communicate or communicating in the best way that they know how. You could consider a relationship as a conversation between lifetimes. And the conversation doesn't have to last a lifetime, but it is a conversation between lifetimes. Love, if you will, is, or I could describe as, the conversation of the moment. What'll happen is that the sides, if there are sides in a relationship, will constantly be tossing and turning. On one time, it might be all you that is receiving, if you are to look at a relationship between a giving and receiving paradigm. And then on the other side, you might have, the exact opposite. That there is a shifting and sorting between giving and receiving in a relationship from a moment-to-moment basis. So what about a situation between two people where it appears from a certain perspective that it is all one-sided, that you are giving and they are receiving, but they are not giving for you to receive? I want you to, first of all, we have to open up our mind. We have to become more aware of what love looks like, more than what it looks like to us. Because, and this is the real big because, you are clearly there for a reason. If you are watching this and you are currently in a one-sided relationship, you are there for a reason. You have been called there. This is why I say one-sided relationships are, and this is a controversial statement, a bit of a fallacy. Because you would not be beckoned to that relationship. You would not be called there if there was not something for you there. It can never be one-sided, because if it is one-sided, maybe you needed to experience a one-sided relationship as part of your perfect journey, as part of your life journey. But then you on your end say, but it's one-sided. How do I get that person to commit more? How do I get that person to open up? Well, maybe it was your journey to learn to not try and force someone else to open up, to not try and force someone to commit, but to allow or to invite. Because when you let go of what you think a relationship must be, you open the doors to what it could be, or more specifically, what is really going on. It might be one-sided because that's their nature. They're a taker. It might be one-sided because you're a giver. But through that one-sided relationship, do you realize and do you understand and do you learn that you are a giver and a taker? That you need to receive just as much as you give. And that you've learned that that's not the relationship that you want. And if you've learned something, not just being in a situation where you really feel like the other person is going to hurt you or tried to fix it. You know, there are some people who might watch this that are fixers, that they get themselves into hard situations just to learn how to fix. And their journey is to let go of trying to fix it. There are people who are understanders, those people who feel like they must understand the intricate algorithm formula of how all of this works. But when you hold on to that, you choke that. You disable your ability to experience love as it actually is. Because when you're an understander, you're too busy trying to understand, but not busy enough actually understanding. Not busy enough actually receiving. That if you're in a one-sided relationship, perceiving it as one, you almost disallow your partner. You project all over them. You disallow them from truly being able to give to you back. Because they might be giving to you in their own way. And if we are mentally clogged up, trying to understand, trying to fix, trying to communicate to them, this is one-sided, I need you to give to me more, that we become almost incapable of understanding how the other person is already giving to us. Or maybe that person was never meant to give to us. That you got in the relationship for a reason. It was good for a while. It might be time to move on. Or it might be time to go deeper. When you shed the layers of who you think you are, when you become patient with yourself, when you forgive yourself, when you learn to let go, you become more clear. But you don't do it to become clear, it's just a positive side effect. But when you become clear, you can see the person who they actually are, not who you thought they are, not who they think they are, but to see what I would refer as their unspeakable truth, their unspeakable nature, that they spend their whole life learning to express. And if you're in a relationship, you would spend the rest of your life understanding as well. That your nature and their nature come together in this intermingling, binding cosmic ballet where two people become one, not because two people become one, but two people create something new together. And it is their love and appreciation of that that is the relationship. It's their love and appreciation of that that is the spontaneous alchemy of the moment. And you yourself, in your spontaneous expression, express your unspeakable truth from moment to moment. So how can there be a one-sided relationship if there are no sides? But more importantly, how can there be a one-sided relationship when your path is perfect for you? When the experiences that you get are the experiences that you need. in love, in life, in everything, that clearly you are here for a reason. And we don't need to know what that reason is, but you are here for that reason. You are here watching this video for a reason. And you are single, in a relationship. It's complicated, open, closed, whatever, for a reason. We don't need to know what that reason is. We need ourselves to allow, if there is a need, to allow it to become obvious to us, to make space for it, to make space for ourselves and to be patient with ourselves. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, if you want to work with me one-on-one, go to gethimhooked.com. There's stuff there. And there's also some online courses that are pretty cool too. So thank you so much. I'll talk to you next week.